Today we have lots of nuances woven between the lines in our stories. In particular, gratitude and generosity, spreading of the gift we receive. In our first lesson, we have snippets out of the longer story of Nahum and his interactions with the prophet. The story rolls along with a fair amount of tension. Some of that we pick up on easily when he presents himself to the king in Israel with this letter from his own king saying, hey, heal my servant. It clearly sets up some political tensions. Part of what we don't necessarily pick up on is the griping and complaining about washing in the Jordan River. The Jordan usually runs pretty muddy, whereas the mountain springs around Damascus would be clear. So his gripes are somewhat personal in the sense that my prestige wasn't taken too seriously by the prophet, but also what you and I would reflect on is something of legitimate hygienic concern. But he goes through the motions, experiences strange healing. Where the story continues from here is it goes back to the prophet, tries to lavish great wealthy gifts on the prophet in thanksgiving for the healing, which the prophet refuses. Finally, Nahum turns around and asks permission from the prophet to take some soil from Israel back home with him so that he can worship Yahweh there. We get some interesting crossover here. This is part of that ancient world perspective that divine power was regional, that Yahweh was the God of this territory, Israel, or tribal, the God of this people, Israel. And yet, the story is clearly about the recognition and worship of Yahweh spreading beyond territory and beyond ethnicity, that the gift is shared, and is to be shared, and is to be spread. In our gospel story, we get a different take on a similar set of themes. This time, of course, it's 10 lepers, not just one. And the dynamic here gives us another snippet into the understanding of things in the ancient world. Lepers were shunned by society because it was believed that skin diseases were caused by evil spirits and could be communicated by a simple touch. So Jesus sends them to the priests to be examined and certified as healed and clean and reintegrated back into society. The irony, again, is that the one who stops in his tracks when he discovers he's healed and comes back to Jesus is again the poor. The gift goes on, and it goes beyond the assumed boundaries, beyond the people of Israel, beyond the nation, the territory of Israel, and most importantly, there again is this realization of gratitude, an expression of gratitude, an expression of devotion. We human beings have an innate tendency to want to draw boundaries around things for ourselves, whether that's home or a community or group we self-identify with, religious persuasion, perspective, or experience. And we tend to want to jealously guard the things we experience as the blessing in our lives, whether that's spiritual blessing, financial blessing, our personal talents and gifts and aptitudes. There's this innate tendency to want to turn it inward, to want to hold it within some kind of identifiable community, boundary, territory. And our lessons today are here to remind us that the blessings we've been given are not simply for our benefit, but they're to be shared. The blessings that we've been given are not simply to be shared in the sphere that we're most comfortable with. They're to be shared widely and richly and generously. We are blessed, and we are called, and we are chosen, and we are sent to share what we've received. Whether we share our spiritual blessedness in inviting others to share in the gifts we've received, in our financial blessedness, helping those who are suffering, share from our talents or abilities, our giftedness to be of service, called to follow Jesus' example and spread the good things we receive, spread the love we receive, spread the giftedness as an expression of our gratitude for the blessings God has brought into our lives.